Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Young Sheldon. This is the 11th episode of the 3rd season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you like to watch today's full episode, it's available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put a password in, and enjoy. Interesting, last episode, we've seen Sheldon lying to his mum, and we know that he's terrible with keeping a secret, but he managed to pretty much keep it the whole episode. He did cave in the end, but it was more about the guilt, to be honest, not that. He just slipped up, and basically he didn't want to go to school and take part in PE swimming, to be more specific, because, he's saying it's a germ-infested place, the water, everybody else has been in there, so he faked an illness and his mum let him stay home. Now, obviously, his dad, he was like, do you reckon it's a bit suspicious, that he's ill on the day that he's supposed to be taking a swim test? And his mum's like, nah, he'll never lie to me. Well, he did. And then he ended up apologising in the end. But then he actually did get sick from Billy. He ended up swimming. Everybody else got sick. Infected the whole school, infected the whole house, a big massive ripple effect. Another interesting thing that was going on is that, Mima, she's getting a little bit closer to Dr. Sturgis again, and he was kind of scoping out Dale's sporting goods, shop, and they kind of encountered each other, and Dale, didn't really catch his vibe. He didn't really like him that much, and, when he was on a date with Connie, he kept kind of bashing him and kind of digging, John, and she wasn't happy with that, you know what I mean? It was kind of upsetting her, and, you could visibly see that. So it's going to be interesting to see, because their relationship was going well, but then obviously John's kind of being a bit more affectionate, being back in her life. She's kind of conflicted. Now Dale's bashing him a bit. She's kind of all over the place. It's interesting to see what goes on. Who would have thought this love triangle would be going on? Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
The Bible says a lot about love. Love thy neighbor. What does it mean to truly love someone? You see,
I'm trying to unwrap a candy and I don't want anybody to hear.
I want candy. How come you're not shushing them?
Shh. As thou
Hey.
turn to
Who's Robin?
Pastor Jeff's girlfriend.
for love.
Mom set them up and now she thinks she's cool.
Love
Shh.
is
You chickens go to heaven?
The Bible doesn't say much about the souls of animals, but I like to believe that God loves all his creatures.
Lovely sermon today.
I wouldn't know. I couldn't hear over all the candy wrappers and gossip.
That's enough. Move along.
Church and football? At least 60 Minutes is on tonight.
Keep this quiet, but
We have decided to get married. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. So when were you thinking? Spring, summer?
next Sunday.
Oh, that is soon. Maybe Saturday.
Ooh, Saturday.
Cannot wait.
Me either.
Still here.
Right, do you know nuns? I know that nuns are, is it celibate? Is that what it's called when you don't have sex with people? Like, nuns basically just don't have sex with people. But if you're a pastor or a priest, is that same? Is it same? You know what I mean? Or is it not? Like, I don't know, because like I said, I'm not massively clued up on it. It sounds like he can't really do anything, but then when they get married, it sounds like they can. So, like, can they not sleep with people? But then when you're married and you've actually got a wife, you can, you know what I mean? Or not, because it seems like they're just rushing into it because they want to be intimate, because they're, like, just both proper horny. Do you know what I mean? But to be honest, in the small little scenes that we've kind of seen them in, they do seem to have a click, a little bit of a vibe. Do you know what I mean? With his old wife, for example, they was distant. There was no connection. I feel like these two are kind of like similar people. That's what they look like, male and female versions of themselves. They look like they do click and vibe quite well.
Will not believe what I get to do.
What's that?
Plan Pastor Jeff's wedding.
Oh, nice.
They want this done by next weekend.
Well, you knock her up, then there.
They also seem very much in love. I need you to help out.
Your dad
Fuming
can't
in
see
her.
Matilda.
Sure he can. He eats everything.
Billy, you raised her from a check. She's like your child.
How can you not like Billy?
Change people's lives for the better. The light bulb, the polio vaccine, and one that doesn't get enough credit, the home video cassette recorder.
Taped over it. I think, yeah, I knew it.
Georgie! She taped over Star Trek The Next Generation. I want to watch Star Trek The Next Generation.
And I want to feel bad for you, but I don't.
Well, then I should warn you, I am very unhappy. In fact, I am peeved. I'm this door right now, but it would startle me, so just imagine I did.
Okay.
Well, we have a lot to discuss. Reception, flowers, cake.
Like I said, we're just looking for something simple.
Your small, elegant, bare bones, unforgettable, simple special day. Now let's talk centerpieces.
Oh yeah.
Fortunately,
Can't go
having
online and
one
watch it,
granted me
maybe.
access to an even better kind of friend, the kind you don't have to see or talk to.
Has Missy stole the chicken?
To kill you. Oh yeah? Then why was there hate in her eyes? That's how everybody looks at you.
He's got a bucket of chicken.
How could you?
What? I miss your mother.
All right, here I am.
Sheldon's mad at Georgie because he taped over a space show, but now he's hiding in the garage because Missy brought home Billy's chicken. And Missy's hiding in the bathroom because I brought home fried chicken.
Where's Mary?
At church, planning Pastor Jeff's wedding.
And she left you in charge?
Yeah,
Well, that was dumb.
thank you.
I'll take the chicken problems. Girl in bedroom, all yours.
Like, would you be proud that he's actually brought somebody home? Do you know what I mean? That's different to Veronica because, you know, he's obsessed with her. Do you know what I mean? And, like, it's not good, actually, sometimes to just sit there pondering, you know, wondering, hoping. You know what I mean? Like, it is time to get up and move on, so to speak. And, you know, it's keep the door open policy. That's what it is. Yeah, you bring friends home, bring girls home, bring boys home. Do whatever you want. Just leave that door open. Do you know what I mean? We need to be able to see what's going on at all times. Apart from that, enjoy yourself, you know. But I would rather take the fried chicken over the live chicken. To be honest, and I do think the circle of life is pretty ruthless. And I mean, like, it's not a circle of life for us. We don't have to kill the chickens, but people do. And I love eating it. However, I could not kill it. And do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that is the ruthless side of it. Like, the people who have them jobs, mate, I don't know how they do it. I couldn't stomach it. I would feel tight on every single animal out there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I do feel tight on them. Although they do taste amazing. But that job's, it's just a ruthless industry.
Well, I'm not here for me, just helping a friend.
Oh, too bad. That dress would be stunning on you.
Should we pull some dresses for Robin?
I suppose. How about that?
Oh, she'd hate that. Keep looking.
Maybe she asked George for a
Bring
remarry.
that bucket of chicken out of there. Are you not in that bedroom?
Well, I'm just thinking of what to say.
They're teenagers. If you wait any longer, they'll be done.
Door stays open.
Wow, we're just listening to music.
My house, my rules. Done. I made him sit on the floor.
Smart. Nobody ever got pregnant on the floor. That's important. What if he knocks that poor girl up and ruins her life?
Is that a swipe at me?
Well, it depends. Did you knock up my daughter and ruin her life? Wait, I know the answer.
It's gonna look so beautiful in this. Your wedding's gonna be perfect.
Huh?
Oh, has she not had a proper wedding?
You're gonna get the wedding of her dreams.
If she cries on the dress, do I have to buy it?
Tilda's still in my closet?
What?
That's a yes. Ah! The bathroom's flooding!
Maybe I'm being punished. Maybe I'm a bad person.
Oh.
Went in my mouth.
What'd I do?
You taped over my Star Trek episode.
So?
So now I may never get to see it. She's in my Spanish class.
I'll call you later.
Te veo mañana en la clase de español.
What?
That means see you tomorrow in Spanish.
He actually done really good for a 10-year-old doing that, actually.
This is your wedding, and I'm making it all about me.
Even though I'm looking fly, I'm still your pastor. And if it helps, Robin and I always talk about how much we admire you and your family.
Really?
Your marriage may have gotten off to a rough start, but if that's what it took to get where you are, maybe God knew what he was doing.
You want to add grandkids to this mess?
God, no. Georgie, we need to talk.
What now?
You're of an age where your body has urges.
Oh my God.
Well, who do you want to hear from?
No one.
Don't forget to tell them about venereal disease. What's going on here?
Wesley Crusher was just accepted into Starfleet Academy, and for his final mission, he's accompanying Picard on a shuttle mission to Pentoris.
Who's your friend?
Oh, he's not a friend, he's a stranger. Copy of the episode Georgie taped over and brought it here.
Hello. The important thing is that when you're with a girl, you know how when we're running practice drills and we wear protection so both people are safe.
Yeah?
Well, there you go.
Slave.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that turned out pretty... Who the hell is this?
This is Nathan. He's been to 4 Comic-Cons.
And he's leaving.
Want to beam up? Energize. Forgot my tape.
Pastor Jeff and Officer Robin finally had their ceremony.
Do you reckon they're just not going to stop?
Where are they going in such a hurry? Probably to unwrap their presents.
That is what they're doing.
Getting unwrapped.
Do you know what? I'm actually happy for them. I don't mind Pastor Jeff, you know. He's actually pretty decent. He's a good little recurring character in the show. Mate, he's kind of like the perfect recurring character. Like, he's not really got any crappy storylines, but, like, he's consistent one of being the pastor, so he's kind of, you know, consistent with what he's doing. You kind of know his place and what he's there for, and then, you know, he's got his little bits on the side. You know, he's had his marriage and his breakup, and now he's got his new girlfriend, and now he's married. You know what I mean? And you can play his stories. And like, this episode was kind of about him, but not fully about him, and it was nothing about Connie, and it was just a part of the thing, and it works. You know what I mean? That's the perfect use of a side character, so to speak. And you know, I'm interested to see what they do. I hope that he doesn't break up again. You know, what are we on now? We're on the 3rd season? Yeah, 3 seasons. Nah, I think he could stay with this one till the end, you know. She's new in town. She's obviously the officer, and he's there. I think it'll work well, and to be honest, I'm happy for him. He seems like he's actually more loving life than previous. You know, last time he was always depressed. He had a hot wife, yeah, but she didn't like him, and he didn't really get on, and do you remember, he looked like he was down in the dumps at one point. So, you know, I'm happy for him, and, you know, to be honest, I feel a little bit tight for Mary. I never really knew that she didn't really have a proper wedding. You know, walk down the aisle, everybody eyes on you. You know, I've always said consistently, if you look from listening to the channel, you know, I don't care about wedding day, but like, in terms of when it comes to the wedding day, if I ever get married, you know, I would put it all on the woman. You know, what does she want? How does she feel? Does she want it small? Does she want it big? It's their day, you know what I mean? All eyes are supposed to be on them, you know, like most girls dream of waking up, you know, like growing up and wearing a big ball gown dress, you know what I mean? All eyes on them, perfect magical day. I'm just there to take part and get married, you know, all eyes and everything could be on her, and I wish that Mary could have that as well. You know, George probably doesn't care, he's not really there, you know, to make a fuss, but, you know, you could tell that Mary actually wants that dress up, you know, walking down the aisle, make it feel amazing. Kids will be there as well, all grown up, all can participate. I feel like it'd be good if we do that down the line. You know what I mean? I actually do think that would be really good, and hopefully we do one day get to see it. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully, guys enjoyed it. Now, everybody dreads that father-son, mother-daughter, you know, talk. But I suppose it's easier with a guy, you know, like, I don't know, growing up, you're probably more exposed to more inappropriate things at such a young age from a male perspective, I reckon, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, everybody, you know, kind of looks at it online or in the magazines, for example, where I feel like with girls, probably not, you know. I just feel like it's a guy kind of thing to be more, I'm not saying intersex, but like be surrounded, involved, heard, look, see, you know, talk about, compared to the female side. But then again, I'm not a female, and I don't really know what, you know, what ages they roughly start. But like at George's age, especially in his high school and on the football team as well, like they would have already had these conversations. He knows what he's talking about, but like every dad feels like it's got to be their responsibility to go in and kind of have this discussion, and you can tell that he's uncomfortable by it. But I don't really feel like you need to be honest. You have to, like, I feel like in certain situations, like, you just got to hit stuff head on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if he went in there confidently, not the way he kind of did, he was kind of like backtracking or like kind of a bit nervous, but like using analogies is kind of good. You know, we're on a football team, there's 2 teams, you know, you got you and them, and you go and you make, you know, contact. Now, to protect yourselves, to make sure nobody gets anything, you know, you don't get hurt, you know, you got to protect each other. And it's the same way when obviously 2 people get together and they want to, you know, have intercourse. You know, you got to protect yourself. You got to make sure that nobody gets one thing over the other, and make sure both sides are safe and everything goes down well. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be young and pregnant. That's basically it. Do you know what I mean? I was in school, 16, and somebody was pregnant and nobody knew, and she didn't even know. And it was only up until when the water broke, that's when she found out now. How crazy is that? Honestly, I actually think it's crazy. She had no signs as well, as you might think, oh yeah, whatever. No signs. She was, I wouldn't say so skinny, but like normal, and couldn't tell at all. And that there, you know, is crazy. And now obviously she's got like a 15-year-old kid, which I think's imagine me now, a 15-year-old. That's crazy. They could be doing YouTube themselves. You know, that's what's absolutely mad. And you know, I think it was interesting when he was saying, "Did you wait until you was married?" Well, they didn't, did they? Because if you look at it here, you know, Mary was saying that she never really got to have the wedding because she had to get married quick. Because obviously in religion, there's anyway, like you don't want to have a child before obviously the couple's married. I'm a bastard child, Jon Snow style, let's go. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really bothered. However, you know, we do respect religions, and that's what they want to do, and I'm interested to see obviously what happens, and I want to see if he progresses with Veronica, because I actually kind of like her. I actually do like her, so you know, I'm interested in their storyline. But I also a big advocate, if nothing's going to happen, you move on and progress forward. And he tried it today. Didn't seem like, I mean, she did go around to chill, but everything, all the mitigating circumstances in the way, she wasn't kind of vibing and she left. So interesting to see what they do, but it was pretty interesting and awkward for obviously George to speak to Georgia. But thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.